Jane?
Hi. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's play ball.
Okay,
They played at 1 o'clock today.
yeah. Okay, hopefully the board's had a chance to review the minutes of our April 10th meeting. Did you see any changes or corrections or anything needs to be done? You're good? Tim, Jane, you guys are good?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's in here?
Okay.
My second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. All right, so we will get started with the meeting. We have a pretty long agenda. We hope to get you out of here fairly quickly. Just a couple of things before we do get started. Just to let you know, these meetings are televised live. So when you approach the podium, please tell us who you are, the business you represent, and please try to talk loudly so the viewers at home can hear you. So we'll get started with DRB 2024-15. The application is Silkman Dentistry at 398 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne, and this is a continuation from last month. So we're happy to have you back.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, good.
Got it.
Okay, so just to briefly review what happened at last month's meeting, there was a question, Paul, right?
Yes.
Okay, there was a question that Paul couldn't answer. It was basically the legal name of the business. And that is important because that's going to decide what can go on a sign and what can't go on a sign. So Paul has given us proof that the legal name of the business is Silkman DDS General Dentistry. And that makes life a lot easier when we have that. So we did basically approve one sign on the building, and we asked Paul to come back with that name correction or verification and present a couple other signs. So Paul, it's all yours.
Okay. Paul DePopolo from Warrior Sign Systems.
And Michael Al-Harir, I'm the owner dentist of the office.
Great.
So there was concern last time with the general dentistry sign. You had asked it if it was part of their name, which we
Yes.
confirmed. So I did a little change to it just so it could match the Silkman sign to the left. And I confirmed with Michael here that that is an entrance. It's the handicapped entrance, and it will be used for egress.
Gotcha. Okay, so just for the board's knowledge, the Silkman DDS on the left facade of the building,
They're all the same, aren't they?
there's two options, actually. That's the one that we basically approved last month, correct, Tim? I'm pretty sure that was it.
Option 1.
Yeah, that's,
Got it, all right.
okay. So, Paul, the one that we approved last month, you're not going to change that at all, correct?
No.
Okay. All right, so you're talking right now about the monument sign, correct? Okay. All right, so you made a slight change to it, you said?
Slight change to it, made it look more like the other sign. There was concern of the look of it before when we last met. So
Okay.
changed the color to match the other sign and fatten up the font a little bit just to look a little bit more appealing.
Okay, so the monument sign, I'm sorry, go ahead. Jim.
It has a strip of tan behind the wording?
That's just a raceway. So that would be painted the same color as the building to basically blend in with the building.
So it'll
Oh, I see.
kind of complement the one that we approved last month?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So in our packet, that's under option 2?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What do you guys feel about that? There's an option 1 and option 2.
I truly can't tell the much
I
difference.
can't tell the difference
I'm sorry,
either.
Tim, you might.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I truly can't tell much difference.
Yeah.
I can't either, except the general dentistry with the blue phone number underneath it. Doesn't line up with Silkman DDS. Is that important?
I think it's going to be centered hopefully it's going to be centered on the band.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The problem with option number 2, you're actually over your square footage requirement,
Yeah.
so you're going to have to shrink it down.
How much are we over?
You're over a couple feet.
A couple of feet?
Yeah.
A couple square foot?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think the one we approved is 14, okay? But, I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put that to the back burner, because
Okay.
you're bringing in another sign too, so we'll add them all up. You're still proposing that sign on the side of the building?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
just a reface of an existing sign that was
Okay,
there.
all right, so with that, then, you are going to be a little bit over, if you have those 3 signs and add them up.
Okay.
So the general dentistry with the phone number is going to have to come down a little bit, or if you haven't fabricated the Soapman DDS, that's going to have to come down a little bit, but you're going to have to keep it under 50 square feet.
Under 50 total, and that's
Yeah.
including the monument sign?
No. No, the wall signage. So you're over by like a little over 2 square feet. So,
So I apologize, sir, I just realized this square footage on here is incorrect.
mhm.
The actual square footage is incorrect.
What,
For which one?
For
The sidewall?
the sidewall, yeah.
Oh, that's, yeah,
The actual square footage is 9.5.
because 20.8 is the same as your monument sign. So I think is that a carryover from that page?
That's a carryover, and I apologize for that.
what am I missing?
Okay, so you're
That makes,
saying,
yeah, 72
yeah.
inches by 19 inches, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm
only
with you.
small, so
Yeah.
it's my designer, sorry about that.
okay, so you've got 9.8 and you've got 14,
17.5.
17.5. Okay, so you say you're under the 50.
42, right?
Yeah, okay. All right, good. All right, what do you guys feel about the sign package in total? You like, you know what, it's a tough location. That location was a bar for many years,
Yeah.
and then it became the Flag Lady for years. And it was a
Oh,
really tough application.
Yeah,
It's funny, I
yeah.
had just started on the board when that came in.
Yeah,
And we went
Yeah,
round
yeah,
and
yeah.
around and around, probably 3 or 4 meetings, trying to figure out the sign package on
Yeah.
that. It's just a tough spot. It sits close to the road. I don't know, but you guys okay with the design?
Is general dentistry in blue or in black?
It's a blue, it's a dark blue. It lights white at night.
Oh.
Same with Silkman.
Okay.
Why did you choose to make it blue and not black to be the same as the other sign?
The other sign is blue as well.
Oh, doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
Okay,
So if you want to see this, this is just a night view.
okay, I thought, well, one looks black and the other blue.
Sharon, what do you think?
Oh.
What do you feel about the application? Yeah, okay.
I'm not looking at it, so then.
Paul, the phone number, so that's going to be in a box, pretty much?
It's basically a channel letter
Okay.
that has a face on it.
Mhm.
What I'll do is I'll make just the letters light as you asked
Right.
for with the pylon. I mean,
Exactly.
monument sign in the other cabinet.
That's what I was driving at.
Yes,
Yeah,
it'll be
okay.
the same.
All right. All right, what else, guys?
I think that's it. Without the blue background being lit, I think that's fine. I think
Yeah.
we just move forward with it.
Okay.
It's not the best, but it's the best of
Not
what we can for what the
Yeah.
location is.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
a
know.
tough spot,
Yeah,
and it's not yellow, so.
right. We're pretty much starting over because all the signs have been taken down. So it's a
Yeah.
fresh
They're
application.
not
There's
grandfathered.
nothing's grandfathered or anything like that. So you guys are all okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Andy, you have any questions or comments on that?
No, there is a question that Kevin will address later, just regarding the window signage. You just check I believe 20%.
Yeah, you're allowed to use up to 20% of your,
Window signage, window area you have covered
Okay.
And if you're at more than 20%, maybe look at it selectively, what you would want to remove.
Okay.
Okay, that's all.
And you do have an address on the door.
Address is on the door. You plan on putting parking signs or anything out front, or I guess?
We have parking signs
You
already.
do? Okay. All right. And you're not allowed to put like the sandwich boards out front or the A-frame type signs?
Okay.
You'll see them pop up around town.
Yeah,
but
we don't
they're
have
against
that.
code.
Yeah,
So,
we don't have those.
okay. Anything else, guys?
I have
Everything?
nothing.
You've got nothing? Michael, you know what? You want to give us a 30-second commercial on your new business?
Yeah, sure. So we're a general dentistry office. We do pretty much everything from, simple procedures to full mouth rehab with implants. This is my 4th location. All my other locations are in Philly, so this is a new territory for me in
Okay.
Wayne. So we're just learning, how things get done here, and we're excited to be here.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
Okay, good. Lots of luck to you.
What is it? Thank you.
Lots of luck, yeah. Okay, any other comments, questions? You guys are good? Michael, Paul, any further comments for the board? You guys are good?
Thanks.
Somebody like to make a motion?
In the
for
matter of
approval?
DRB 2024-15, I move to approve the application for the option 2 that's been submitted.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks
it.
a lot.
Thanks.
When are you going to open?
We started like soft opening, but hopefully in 2 weeks we're going to have a
Okay.
grand opening.
All right, great.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thanks.
it. Thank you.
Hey, Paul, one other thing, can we ask you just to clarify everything for the township's files? Can you
Yes,
just make that
absolutely.
correction and resubmit it, so just so we have the square footage?
Absolutely.
Okay, great, thanks.
Perfect. Thank you so
All
much.
right, you bet. Okay, Joe. Okay. Okay, next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2024-18, the application of the Radnor Hotel at 591 East Lancaster Avenue for some facade changes and structure changes, et cetera. And again, this is a continuation from last month.
Yes.
Okay, Joe.
I don't know why it does this. There we go. This was the original drawing. Oh, it's not up yet. Kind of go through, we're doing a facade change to the Radnor Hotel. This was the first drawing that we kind of talked about at the last meeting. And what we're doing is changing the entrance, and this is what we kind of provided to you. I got a little more detail from the architect, and to remind you, we're just moving it out a little bit. The old vestibule is shown in pink on this drawing, and what we're proposing is to do in green. It pulls it out a little bit. This is an updated rendering, kind of blown up of a drawing that I gave you last month, but this has a little more detail. And one little change that we made since the last meeting, we put a little half wall to the side of where this is, and then still the self-operating doors, but the doors are actually more of a charcoal gray, not a, it was more of a clear aluminum last meeting that I showed you, but it's actually a charcoal gray Carnier. So it doesn't, we still want to be a little bit different, kind of like the front door of your house of a different color, but it doesn't pop as much as that silver did before. And kind of just give you an update of the last drawing. If you remember on the left here, there was a little, I'll call it a smoking hut. That will not be there in the future. That is going away with this project. I can remind you a couple pictures back, that structure right there. So that won't be there either. That's in that anodized bronze color, so there's no conflict with the new storefront at that location. But these will be the new doors. It comes out a little bit. This is shown as concrete. It has to dip a little bit for ADA access, but really I'm trying to just show you what the new entrance to the hotel would look like in this picture, to give you an idea. It's the same columns that were in the previous ones. These are actually stone. It's not a, sometimes you see they make it out of the ephes material, and over time it gets hit and you see the styrofoam behind it. It's actually going to be real stone, so hopefully we don't get that damage to it. But the colors up above are still the same. But that's the entrance change. So that was one of the things we talked about last month. And I think in the previous meeting, you pointed out, I didn't really have it there, but we do intend on the tower to the left. You can see back here, we have sunbrella awnings in the back corner, I think you pointed out. We do intend to put standing seam metal awnings over those existing windows. What is kind of a rust color, that'll get painted the same color as the new facade. And we're just going to put new standing seam metal black awnings over those windows. And I just want to show you something we've done in the past where this is a gray standing seam, but the same general concept. It'll just have a little bit sharper of an angle coming down. It's really just for appearance, not that much of protection. This facade drawing you saw before, two of the questions were the colors. I think what I gave you just a little bit ago has the colors identified. It's a drive-it material. I thought I had it in here, but I don't. Sorry about that.
No problem.
But I think I gave it to you with the two colors of the beige colors.
Dover sky and China white.
Yes. Last meeting, we talked about the Radnor Hotel sign up here. That was approved last meeting, conditional to going through zoning, which is fine. And then one of the questions was on these windows.
Right.
And I kind of gave you a couple. This is the cut sheet. To me, it's Greek.
Yeah.
But what I tried to give you was, here's an example of one on an existing hotel structure. But to give you an idea about it, this is at the manufacturer. The way it was explained to me is it's really a metal frame that goes all the way around. The louvers are for the HVAC unit. You won't see the unit from the outside. You just see the louvers. And this is a single pane of glass. In this example, they divided into 4. We want to do something closer to this where there's a divide, but it's really one pane of glass. They paint it the color that you want it, and you can do the mullion layout however you want to do it. So you have a little flexibility on how that finishes. So that's what we talked about last meeting. And at this point, I think that's really what relates to the facade. And I think at this point, that's the only parts of the application that we're proceeding at this point. The structures in the back, I think there's a lot more of the landscaping and other stuff that hasn't been formulated just yet.
Okay.
So at this point, we want to focus on the facade of the hotel and the entrance, and the stuff in the back will become part of a larger package once you get all the Triple Crown / Fearless parts of it.
And you'll be bringing that back to us
Yes.
for the landscaping
Yep.
and signs.
Yes.
Okay. All right, does the board have any questions for Joe as far as the facades, comments?
No, I think that
questions?
updated us, covered all the things I had from last time.
Sharon, how do you feel? You're good. Joe, any, I see you have some lighting on those pillars. Is that different than
Oh,
the new
Oh.
type lighting or?
that was there, that was always kind of there. I don't have a cut on that.
Okay.
It's an LED fixture. We're looking at a couple options, but
Okay.
that was the thought, yes.
You'll bring that in then?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
What about parking signs? Parking signs? Is that coming in on the next package?
We already have,
Oh,
the only signs that we have on the property are accessible spots, but those are already there.
Okay, so tonight we're just approving the facade changes, and as you saw, the Radnor Hotel sign certainly exceeds 15 feet from grade, so,
their grandfather.
No,
that's fine.
Oh, no, no,
You
no.
have to go to the zoning hearing.
Oh, they're
board,
going to
so
zoning, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Gave it the
How
blessings.
much I don't watch.
Yeah.
I know where the Radnor
Yes.
Hotel is.
Well, you could ask Joe that. Wanna Ask Joe. Sharon's got a question for you.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah, so I'm wondering if this is the only facade that we are supposed to look into? What about the other side?
At this point, yes, this is the only one we're working on. What's happening with this is there's a certain HVAC system that only allows us to give heat or air conditioning. This will change this where you have control of it. When we get to another facade, we have to look at other ways of changing the electric, but this is the only one we're working on now. If we go to what I refer to as the Wyeth side, because Wyeth used to be on that side, we would come in at that point in time.
All right.
But there's more figuring to make everything work. This is the first one we can do.
All right, when do you expect the renovation to start?
We're working on that now to get to figure it out. I would like to think late June, early July, but it really depends on other factors too.
Got it, okay.
And at the same time, this, if you weren't here last meeting, the Triple Crown, that's the new restaurant going in. That's really just a placeholder. When they come in for their package, it'll probably look different, but they're working on something for themselves. So that this is kind of just a mock-up at this point in time.
Okay, thank you for the context. All right, that's it.
No, I don't know if you wanted to just reinforce that for Joe.
Oh, say it now? You
Yeah,
want-
might as well.
Our agenda has that you are coming in also for a formal garden accessory structure
That,
and one wall sign, but that's going to come in the next package.
yes, that was the stuff in the back of the property. That's part of the whole Fearless package that will bring that another point.
Good. All right, Joe, anything else we should be aware of?
Not right now.
Okay, I guess we'll be seeing you a couple more times down the road.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Perfect, thanks. I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay, want to make the motion?
Me? All right.
Yeah.
For DRB 2024-18 for the Radnor Hotel, I move for approval for the new facade on the Lancaster Avenue side of the building to include the new windows, the new metal awnings, and the new front door and front door entrance.
Okay, do we hear a second?
Second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right, thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Hi, Steve. Okay. And this will, Andy, I guess it's basically a continuation also, correct? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so to be continued.
do I have to add that on?
No.
Okay.
All right. All right. Next tonight is the application DRB 2024-25, the application of Wells Fargo at 307 East Lancaster Avenue. And it looks like a whole sign package, a rebranding of the Wells Fargo. Hello there.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
Good. My name's Stephanie Rumor. I'm here on behalf of Wells Fargo. Like you stated, they've been rebranding all of their locations, including this one. So there are three main signs. EO1, which is a monument sign, and then EO3 and EO2 are two wall signs that they're replacing. They're also going to be doing some miscellaneous like parking signs and ATM signs and drive-through signs, but we can get to that. Would it be easier if I just kind of went through them one
Yeah,
by one?
I think
Okay.
that's the best.
So we'll start with EO1. So it's replacing an existing monument sign that is already there. It's actually going to be a little bit smaller in height and also width as well. The square footage it's 21.9 square feet in size. The existing one is 34.3 square feet. It is illuminated. I also have a photo. This is of a different location, but this is what it's gonna look like illuminated.
course, it's going to be black, the background's going to be black though at night.
Okay, so you require the opaque
Yeah, and I think-
background? Okay,
I think you have it in your application, actually.
okay,
Yeah, the only thing that should be visible is Wells Fargo.
gotcha, okay,
Everything else should be black.
okay.
Okay. We okay with that?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Any,
Feel like they just did this property not that long ago.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're taking away the stagecoach.
Stephanie, would it make sense maybe to put, if there's room, the address number at the, on the base maybe?
I can definitely suggest that. Would
What do
you
you-
like it
what do
on
you
like
guys think?
Like right there? Or,
Probably won't hurt.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can definitely do
if it fits and it's not blocked by the landscaping or anything.
that. Okay. Do you guys have any other questions or comments about this one?
You know, the other thing, I don't know, when we were at our store, people came in all the time, they would get East and West Lancaster mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it should be whatever the address is, E for East or just,
Yeah.
they're just a street number. Would the E create more headaches than it's worth? So,
I'm not quite sure that's necessary because
Okay.
it's a standalone building and
All right.
I think people that go to the Wells Fargo Bank
mhm.
are gonna know where it is before they set
Okay.
out.
Well, it'll be your call if you want to put the
Okay.
address number.
I'll suggest that if they want to.
Oh, I think the address number's important,
Yeah,
but I don't know if
right.
you have to add East Lancaster
Okay.
Avenue.
Okay.
right.
I would recommend adding,
Oh.
east, if it's not too much of a hassle.
Yeah,
Because sometimes, well, I like to do that, but you find the place on Google Maps and then you look for the place, as you
Yeah.
drive and follow the navigation. So I think it would be
Yeah.
good if you can just get the whole full official address.
Okay, so you guys recommend the full address? Or just the numbers?
You think
The
full
number
address?
and East Lancaster.
Okay,
E Lancaster.
Oh, yeah, E
E,
Lancaster.
okay.
We good with that? What do you think, Tim?
I don't think it makes much difference.
Okay. There is a lot of confusion though with the west and east
If
Lancaster.
you,
People,
if you can fit it on so that it's readable,
Okay.
that's good. But if you can't read it, then there's no point.
Mm-hmm.
all right, we'll leave it up to you.
Okay.
It does, okay, yeah.
Sorry, I brought it up. Okay. All right, Stephanie.
Good, okay. So the second sign, it is a wall sign. It's facing 30, and it is, this one is 24.4 square feet that we're proposing. Again, it's just replacing the existing letters that are there.
So how are you going to manufacture that? It's going to be just individual,
Yes, individual illuminated channel letters. I do have. I have a night view as well here, and then I do have specifications in here too.
and Stephanie, if you have the height from grade, we need to know that. It can't be any higher than 15 feet.
Okay.
Grade, I don't know if you have that in your,
Okay, I can, well, the existing one, it's not gonna be any higher than the existing one. Would that make a difference, or?
I'm sure this came in for approval before. so
Okay.
As long as it's no higher than what's there, I would say.
Okay.
It should be fine.
And you said 15 feet
Yeah,
from
from
grade to the
top.
bottom of the sign?
Top,
Oh, top.
yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have any other questions about this one?
What do you guys all right with that one?
It's fine.
Fine.
Okay.
And the rest they're replacing.
Stephanie, just getting back to the ground sign for a second, how is that going to be manufactured? It's just, the ground sign, is it going to
Oh,
be?
yeah, the ground sign I do have. So this is just a monument sign, and it's gonna have new footers.
Mhm.
And again, it will be illuminated, but with an opaque background, so the red will be
Okay.
opaque.
All right, so basically a vinyl type material.
Yeah.
the vinyl application?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay, so we're good with the ground sign, we're good with the wall sign?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
E03 is on the rear side of the building here. That's this elevation. The letters here are, let's see, those are the same size as E02 size, so they're the same sizes.
Okay. Identical sign, basically?
Yes.
Identical sign to the front?
Yep.
Okay. All right, again, we just need to make sure it's no higher than 15 feet.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, there is room to lower it.
What was that?
There is room to lower that one.
Okay.
Need be. So, yeah,
Yes.
no higher than 15.
Okay.
All right.
So for both E02 and E03, you guys now have, they'll have bigger signs.
Yeah, they are bigger than what's existing there.
Okay.
A lot bigger, okay.
Yeah, it is a lot bigger. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure why the back one's got to be that big. It's not like it gets a lot of visibility back there, but,
It may not need, if they have, if they're getting close on their size, that one could be shrunk down.
absolutely, yeah.
Because it really,
Yeah.
it's just for people taking out the trash, actually.
Yeah, it really just faces the business behind there,
Yeah.
so, okay. All right, well, maybe consider that, if you could shrink it down a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it really doesn't need to be
I
any
know-
larger than what was there.
So because they are doing a bunch of these locations, they do have like pre-manufactured
Gotcha.
sizes, like standardized sizes. So I think that would be the main reason for this size at this location.
Honestly, if you look at it, right, compared to, if you don't know what the size of the sign that's currently there, which kind of actually looks small for the building, this sign fits the building pretty
Oh, it
decently.
No, you're
does,
right,
yeah.
it
Like, I
does.
think, like,
Yeah.
the size is fine.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, good.
All right.
All right, I'm
so
good with
we're
that.
We're not closing
All
it
right.
off. Okay.
Okay.
Moving on.
So now we're gonna get into the smaller miscellaneous, like, drive-through signs. This one, I'll put up a few of them. So, they're just replacing an existing clearance bar that's there currently, as well as two, do not enter signs that are not currently there. Also this is an ATM sign, and then another drive-up ATM panel to replace an existing one. Let me see if I can find.
I think adding the do not enter is smart. I
Yeah.
think the other ones, they're pretty much just replacement in kind with the new rebranding. I don't see any issue with them.
I don't either.
And then this one.
They're changing colors on the ATM.
This is like an hour plaque, on the building for hours of operations. Let's see if I can find a better close-up. And then this is also a new ATM, surround as well.
Okay.
I haven't seen any issue with these.
Alright.
Yeah. no,
I don't either.
Pretty cut and dry.
Nope, there, I think so.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay. And then, we do also have a few, parking signs that we're replacing and directional signs, so I'll put these up.
I'm good with that, too.
Yeah, this is
No
replacing in kind with the
Sure.
new rebranding.
Yeah.
And those are the last ones.
It's under 4
Well,
feet.
they're the same size.
Yeah.
No, basically.
It's nice clean application, but Stephanie, I would ask you though, just for the township files, if you can measure those height from grade on the
Okay.
front, on the front side and the back side.
Okay.
Just make sure they're below 15
Okay,
or at 15,
got it. Okay,
and maybe
we'll
just-
add those on the plans.
and that submit it to the township, just for the records.
Okay.
Perfect.
You know, there's one other slight problem though. The,
No,
what's that?
landscaping.
No, well, you can mention that, but there's a dumpster floating back there. And I think it's Wells Fargo's dumpster,
Okay,
and it should be fenced in.
okay,
So we'll note that,
okay.
ask them to fence that in.
I'll definitely pass that along too.
Okay, see it?
Yes, okay,
So, yeah, it's just kind of sitting on the sidewalk, but,
okay.
all right.
And then, this commission also reviews landscape plans, and there isn't any landscape plan in this package, but there's obviously landscaping at this site. I don't know if you know if they intend to do, or like renovate the landscaping, or are they just gonna leave it the way it is?
I do not know that.
don't know.
I work directly,
Here for the rebranding.
Yeah, she's here for the rebranding.
yeah, I work directly with the sign company, but I can definitely relay that, tell them to relay that information or ask them about it.
Do we want the Wells Fargo to bring in a landscape plan
If-
to the township?
If
They're
they
not really
change.
changing the facade, I think
Yeah.
it is what it is, I think.
Right.
Oh, I know that. I know landscaping, the bushes.
Yeah.
I think if there's a change to the landscaping, we'll ask them to come in.
Okay.
but
Well, we
I'd kinda be
urge you to
surprised.
refresh it.
Okay, all
Since
right.
you're refreshing everything else, why not up the landscaping?
Okay, good. All right, Stephanie, anything else we
Nope.
should be aware of?
Nope, that's
That's
it
it?
on my end.
Okay, board?
Yep,
Guys are
that's
good?
fine.
Good. Want to take it, Sharon?
Oh, yeah. In the matter of DRB 2024-25, Wells Fargo, the applicant is Wells Fargo, move to approve 1 monument sign, 2 wall signs, 1 directional sign, and 3 parking signs, and 1 directional sign, 5 plaques, and 1 ATM panel to replace existing ones.
Want to mention about the dumpster too? and the
Oh,
landscape.
yeah, and the board also mentioned the putting in fences around the dumpster, and also bringing in a landscape plan if that is in the pipeline, if you guys plan to change it.
Okay.
Yep.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Sharon.
Here we go.
Next tonight is DRB 2024-26, the application of Bespoke Grooming at 15 West Avenue for additions to the awnings. How you doing?
Great. How about yourself?
Good.
My name's Eric DeBella, owner of Philly Bloke Men's Grooming in Wayne.
All right, Eric, what you have in mind?
Yeah, just this right here. They're existing awnings right here. Right now, we just have Philly Bloke, and I was looking to put Bespoke Grooming on the left awning and then establish 2010 on the right awning.
Go ahead, guys.
I don't think this is permitted by code,
No, it's not, yeah.
so I don't think it's actually something that we can grant.
No?
Yeah.
Strictly the name of the business on awnings or an address number.
Okay.
So,
It's not within our purview even because it's not permitted by code, so you'd have to actually seek a variance or something like that. It's actually outside of what we could even do. The
Okay.
code says that you're not allowed to have like that on the awning.
I can only put my name on the awning
Yes.
Yeah.
or your
Yeah,
address.
The name of the,
Yeah, address number.
or the address.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. I mean, you have room on your windows if you want to put that, vinyl on your window.
I could put that on the window?
Yeah,
You can use up to 20% of your window space for vinyl signage or signage in your window. So you could take it down from up there and put it in there.
Okay.
you think that might be an option?
I mean, it might, yeah, I mean, I guess I can,
You can look into it. I don't know, Andy, if we could do a continuance with Eric, if he wants to come back for window, vinyl or.
Yeah, I would say do a continuance, but also I'd recommend if you give a call and have a discussion with Kevin Kachansky, he could kind of walk you through to make it clear as to what you can and cannot do. So, next time you come back here, just can present, what's acceptable to you within the code.
yeah.
As
All right.
far as, window.
All right.
Okay. So, Tim, you want to make a
Yeah,
motion?
sure.
on
In the
that?
matter of DRB 2024-26, I move to continue.
Okay. Do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, Eric. So, Eric, if you come back next month,
Yep.
you have to have your plans into the township office before May 22nd. All right?
Okay.
And then our meeting is June 12th. All right?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next application tonight is DRB 2024-27, the application at 201 King of Prussia Road for 2 monument signs. Hello, sir.
Phil Dubroff with PMDI Signs.
Okay, nice to have you here.
All right, so there's 2 existing signs. 2 existing signs on the site. We are merely replacing them, updating them, and that's really the scope of the work. So there's one, when you come in at the intersection, straight ahead, they're both V-type signs. And then the concrete, the sign that has the, right by the, I think it's the athletic facility, right before their entry, is another V-type sign, so.
You have photographs? There we go, for the old signs.
Okay.
Okay.
So, for this sign, the base is deteriorating, we're gonna fabricate a new base, actually, everything that you're seeing is new, that what we're proposing.
Everything, okay.
Yeah, so we're going less square feet, and, in both cases, okay? And, with this, let me see, well, they're basically both the same size and the same sign, okay? They're just supported differently. So on this sign, you have, for this sign, it's an aluminum cabinet underneath with supports going through that, supports everything. That's all welded and put together in that way. And on this sign, it's fastened just the way the current sign is, will be onto this existing concrete base that's there. Okay? So,
So you're saying that one sign's going to be fabricated completely, and the other one's just, is going to keep the existing concrete
no,
base?
actually, we'll say the base is existing, that stays on one sign, and on the other sign, we're fabricating a new one because the other one's just deteriorating. And we're going to use a heavier gauge aluminum, and, yeah.
So the one that's existing, are you going to reskin it to make it
No,
look
so the
identical
existing
to
one,
other?
actually, what we're going to be doing, and we'll be going into some color sampling with them, but it's actually a beautiful concrete base. And let me just see, we don't have a current picture of that. Here's, actually, this is here, this is the concrete base. So we're going to be cleaning that up. It'll be either a pressure wash, and then we'll prime it. We're going to see what it looks like after we pressure wash it. And if it comes up clean and there's no debris and it doesn't look too old, you notice this? This is just the drip edge. That's from acid rain and everything else, okay? So once we clean that up, and plus that's not in the light, okay? So once we clean it up, and you notice how bright this is, once it's clean, we're going to make a decision whether it needs painting or not. So on these then, on the ends, you'll notice that we're putting the Brandywine logo on either side. So, okay, so that would be, now, talk about illumination, okay? So these will be halo lit letters, okay? So it's just light emanating. You can see in this drawing how it would just emanate from the background. And these panels would be tenant ID panels. And these are opaque aluminum, stencil cut face with backed up with white acrylic. Okay, so they would, yeah. So basically, you can see a tenant could also take up 2 spots. But that would be, we'd set up a standard on how that's done. This is, so while, I'd like to point out actually, so let's talk about the square footage. Let's talk about the square footage. So basically, you'll notice that the existing sign is a mass. So, it's easily defined as a certain amount of square feet. So with this new sign, actually you have, because the calculation of square footage is taken by drawing a rectangle around the entire structure, that's how we calculated our new, because that's what the specification requires. But you'll also notice that there's airspace here and there's airspace here. So it's not really taking up all of that square footage. So what we're doing is allowing anchor tenant identification and a more visible address sign that's a little bit more stylish. So that's it, actually.
So it doesn't look like you're not calculating the base into the square footage
No,
of the sign.
no, because it's an existing base. We're going by existing signage, square footage, not the concrete base or the aluminum base.
Do you think that's a problem, because Brandon White's got their logo on the base? Or is
I think that makes it a sign by putting the logo on it.
It
Yeah.
technically does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's a good-looking sign.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
yeah.
And it's actually, it's about as discreet as you could make it. I mean, we could make it 4 inches tall, and that would be even more. But it's a mark. I mean, I look at like their logo as a watermark, and that's how we approach it with this.
What do you feel, Tim? What do you think on that? Kind of tough call.
Yeah, I would actually,
It's a tough
I'd have to
call.
defer that to Kevin and you all as to whether that actually would be considered under the code to be part of the sign or not. The base.
With
I'm not-
the logo.
I prefer the logo down there.
Yeah,
Could we only count that end of the base as?
His notes seem to say that it's okay,
Yeah,
Right.
considering the size of everything.
right.
yeah, if that's the case, then I'm fine with it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it
I'm
looks
fine.
nice.
Yeah, I'm fine.
The question would be is for tenant panels, as
Yes.
they are
Populated?
populated.
Right.
Want to appear before the board?
Since we don't have even one of them before us, we don't have like the model, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
Like, if we had the model of this is what the sign's gonna be, it's gonna be this, you're only gonna have, punch-through letters or something
Right,
like that.
right.
And would the tenant panels all be the same? Just different names, obviously.
Different names, possibly different logos, because if you look at the
Right.
current one, you have different logos,
Yeah,
different
yeah.
stylization
Right.
of the.
It becomes a leasing feature of being able to have their name on that sign. So that's an important, yeah, it's an important.
The question just is, does the board want to see
The tenant panels?
I think we like to see it, make sure
the panels
consistent colors and
as
everything
it
like that.
gets populated?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever you guys wish. I mean, it's.
Okay.
I mean, for these types of institutional almost signs, we haven't, for these types of signs, we haven't always required
Right.
new tenants to come in for a new sign once they're using an established
That's
Foundation.
model.
Right, understood, yeah,
Once you, without that and until that, I don't think we could say.
right. So, in other words, yeah, I mean, it's whatever you wish.
So I think we can approve the structure but we'd ask for the tenant panels to
Yeah.
come in. Okay.
Yeah, and at least for the first couple, so then we can
Right.
see what they're going to do. and then
Which
we
is
can say-
actually what the application is before us. We haven't been
Yeah.
asked to approve the panels, the tenant
No.
panels. So I think we could approve this as it is and just move on.
We have to
Yeah,
also
approved
mention,
as presented.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
and I know they're going to be removing those bushes that are too big, so possibly when they come back with the,
Oh. Are you saying the bushes?
yeah,
Those are cut down. Boom.
they're all gone.
Yeah. It was actually, honestly, it was the first thing that we discussed. I said, if you want to make the sign more visible,
So we know
cut
that you're
those
going to
down.
put in new
Yeah, so look-
planting bed that will be gorgeous.
So look, here, so knowing that we've presented before the board previously, and the desire for color, what we want to show was, this would be what that concrete, I mean, this may not have all of the shrubbery that you have.
We're going to do something.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna, there's gonna, it's, you know, it'll sing when we're done. Absolutely.
Want to see an official landscape plan?
No,
No.
I think they're going to put, it's only,
I'm sure it's
well,
gonna look
planting
nice.
bed,
Yeah.
you know, as long
Right.
as they're going to do something.
Okay.
yeah.
Absolutely.
They want it to look nice.
Yeah.
So I think we're in agreement, we're going to approve the
Yep.
monument sign with the Brandywine logo, unless Kevin feels that it shouldn't be there.
Approve the application as it is.
As it is, yeah, I think so, okay. All right, whose
I agree.
turn? Is it your turn?
Oh, my turn?
Okay. All right, sir, any other questions or comments for the board?
No, I mean, this will be, you know, a key is that we actually, without sounding, we like the way the board approaches signage. Less is more, the illumination is controlled, and we, you know, for this, it's not a retail space. I mean, yeah, no questions, it's just
Okay.
great.
All right, good.
So, DRB 2024-27 for 201 King of Prussia Road, new monument signs. I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
sir.
We'll see, have a nice evening.
Thanks, Gene.
So can I just have clarity, just,
Sure.
excuse me. So basically, as we populate, you want us just to bring back, say, here's the existing sign, and this is how we're going to put the tenant on, right? That's what you require. Great.
All right, good, thank you. Okay, next tonight is DRB 2024-28, the application of 12 West Boutiques at 105 North Aberdeen Avenue for awnings and window signage and a ground sign. Hello there.
Hello.
How you doing?
Don Mercury Signs, and Jody Levinson,
Ah, yeah.
the
nice to have
owner
you here.
of 12 boutiques.
Great. All right. So we've got a lot going on here, and why don't we start with the awnings, all right?
Yeah. So I have,
So does everybody know where this location is?
Yes.
It's basically right behind that Wells Fargo Bank. The drive separates
Missed the house.
this business from the Wells Fargo. Yeah, okay. All right,
oh, do we put them right here?
yep.
Okay. You should have a copy of all the measurements. That's what I'm trying to find right now. Okay, we are going to recover all the existing awnings. There are, on Aberdeen Avenue, there's 2, the entrance and the side window, the alleyway leading to the shopping center, there's 3, and the rear door is another one. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 awnings.
But only 3 are going to have,
Yeah, only 3 are going to be, we'd like to have 3 with letters, same lettering, 12 boutiques.
Okay.
Painted lettering on the awnings.
So you're going to strip all the awning material off and put all new?
Yes,
Okay.
brand new recovers.
Okay. What type of material?
Sunbrella black.
Black. That's pretty easy. Okay. Okay. Dom, how tall are the letters?
The letters will be about 4 inches
Okay.
on the awning. The awning valance is 8 inches, and the letters will be about 4, 4.5.
Okay. All right. We good with that?
Yep.
So 3 out of the 8 awnings will be with new identification. All right. And how about if we look at the window lettering next?
Okay, the window lettering is going to be about 4 inches. It'll be white individual vinyl letters that will apply to the outside of the window. We're going to alternate gifts, women's clothing, apparel on each window as they go along. Obviously, there's 3 windows that are really pretty big. And we'll put women's apparel on the larger ones, maybe gifts on a smaller window.
You guys good with that?
But it'll be well below 20% of each window.
Not even close. Okay, we're good, Sharon, with that? Okay. All right, and let's take a look at the pole sign out there.
Okay, the wall sign is, well, we'll leave it there. The wall sign is existing. It's welded, framed. It doesn't move, and all the measurements are there, 8 feet from the ground from the bottom, 12 feet to the top. It's a double-sided welded sign. We're going to put 2 new aluminum panels on it to cover it.
With the address number.
And the address. There should be an address right above 12 boutiques. It's just not visible. You'd like to have the address on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's in the application.
So that pole I know has been up for a while. What kind of conditions is it in?
Excellent.
Okay. Doesn't need to
Excellent.
be painted or anything like
Well, we can paint it. We'll paint it.
that? Okay,
The whole thing, the entire thing.
all right. Okay, and it can't swing?
It won't swing.
Won't swing. I see it's chained down now. I guess we run into the issue then of the apparel accessories.
I
Yeah.
know,
Right.
we run into it all the time. but-
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they're just examples of the 2 previous awnings over the last 25 years.
I'm sorry, what's that,
On
Dom?
the pole.
Or the pole sign.
Oh, on the pole?
Underneath where it says 12 West Boutiques,
It says apparel and.
Yeah.
it says apparel and then it also says accessories,
Apparel and accessories.
which by code it's supposed to say just the name of the business.
Yeah.
Okay, by code, you just want the name?
12 West Boutique.
Yep.
And the address number, that's it.
Okay, just the name and the address.
You certainly have enough
Correct, yeah.
apparel, accessories in the windows and stuff like that, so.
You got it. It's all right with you?
Okay. Is that going to be lit at all? Any lighting on that?
We have no, there's lights there now, as you can see, over on the upper right-hand side. We're going to do 0 alteration to that. Maybe replace 2 bulbs.
this-
So it'll be shining down on the sign and not,
Okay. So this is actually considered a pole sign because it's
Yeah.
over 8 feet.
Oh, yeah,
So-
I know.
And they get smaller square footage, but they're still well within their boundaries with
Yep,
this. so.
and they got the clearance from the bottom, so I think it covers
Yeah.
it.
We're good.
Yep,
As long as those the words come off the sign, I think this is clean.
Yep.
right, exactly. Tom, the only thing I would ask you, and again, it's for the township files, is just do a total calculation of everything, awnings, pole sign, let us know what it is, and just for the township records.
calculation on the lettering on the awnings?
Awnings and the pole sign.
Okay.
Okay.
We're not anywhere near that.
I know you're not, but just.
But are we allowed 50 square feet? I mean, or is that a wall sign or
No, pole sign, you're allowed 25. I believe.
25 square feet?
You're well
Okay.
below, but still, we should just have it in the office.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same with the windows.
All right, with the construction jacket, I'll put that in.
Okay,
Yeah, same with the windows, whatever you're using for the vinyl, just to show the measurement of the windows and the percentages, and that'll clean the file up.
Just to make sure.
Right,
It
But otherwise-
just makes reviewing the application that much faster for us.
that's right. Yeah, they're about 4 inches by 4 feet, so let's say 1 square foot.
Well,
Yeah, it's, you're well within
Yeah.
it's just for the.
Put the calculation.
Putting it
Yeah.
through and function-wise for the township to clear the application.
Okay. So Jody, we gave the dentist an opportunity to just say a little bit about their new business. You want to?
Well, I was up the street.
Right in the mic, okay?
Okay, so I was actually up the street at 120 Lancaster Avenue, and I moved down there. I've been up there 3 years, so I'm a women's boutique.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, Sharon, you want to take this one?
Oh, yeah. Okay. In the matter of DRB 2024-28, located at 12 West Boutique, wait, hold on. No, this is the name of the, sorry. The name of the business is 12 West Boutiques, located at 105 North Aberdeen. The board moves to approve to recover 3 awnings and driveway umbrella, and then the pole sign, but without the words apparel and accessory. And instead, the applicant will be putting in the address of the location. And then the applicant will also furnish information on the total percentage of the space used for the windows, awnings, and pole signs.
Okay, great.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Good to see you, Don. Yeah, take care. Next tonight is DRB 2024-29, the application of Luke Oil at 501 West Lancaster Avenue for replacement of the pylon sign. Yes? No problem. Yeah, we're good.
Good evening.
Hi there, how you doing?
Good. Name's Dave Diola, representing Luke Oil North America.
Okay.
Just for the record, it's not an actual replacement, it's just a retrofit.
Yeah.
Just kind of wanted to make that clear.
Gotcha.
So as you can see here, I think you guys have both of these plans. We intend to retrofit the existing cabinets with new faces and LED pricers, and have the sign internally illuminated. Everything will conform with the, the township ordinance. The LED pricers will be low intensity, and the Luke Oil, as well as the Mini Mart, will be internally illuminated with opaque background and only the letters lighting. So the footprint remains the same, other than the logo change up top. Everything pretty much stays the same, with the exception of adding, Mini Mart above the LED price signs and putting in there.
Pretty easy one there.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, any
Yep.
questions, comments?
Nope.
You're good? Everybody's good? Any other comments for us?
No, that's it.
That's easy.
Yep.
Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2024-29, I move to approve the application.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Got you one last one there. All right, thanks, Dan. See you next month, all right? Okay.
We may still be here.
Next on the agenda tonight is DRB 2024-30, the application of Luciano Di Felice at 912 Conestoga Road for outdoor dining, deck, siding, et cetera, et cetera. How you doing?
Good, Bob. How are you?
Good.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Luciano, is it going to be easier with a handheld there to point out?
The mic?
Yeah, want to use that, if you want to point things out on the, all right. All right, so what you have in mind?
Okay, hey, my name's Lucho Di Felice, representing 912 Conestoga Road. To the left here is not the current property the way it looks today. There's white siding. There's this front yard here now with a fence, and there's a deck. So we're looking to propose 3 changes, which would be, one is new siding, which board and batten siding on the side, which would be an espresso color, which would match the adjacent property 912 Conestoga Road. And there is a deck in the front here. We're looking to expand the deck and paint that black. Right now, it's currently painted white. And then the biggest change would be the outdoor dining with the pergola here. Approximately, looks like 16 chairs. And this is a Structure X pergola, and it would also match the siding as well. The purpose of the outdoor dining would serve the adjacent business, exit 13.
So how about the building itself? What are you going to do with that?
We don't have any intentions
Okay.
in any usage right now.
Okay. So right now, you're really looking for more of the outside.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess, Andy, you've probably been in discussion about this. Can you maybe bring us up to speed here?
Going through Kevin's notes, there are a lot of requirements that need to be discussed and met. Regarding the location of this, setbacks, may or may not require variance.
Mhm.
Reviewing this application and reviewing Kevin's notes, my opinion is that best served would be to have a meeting with Kevin. Myself would intend to go over any code issues, but before we get into any building code issues, it's really what's going to be required to move this forward.
Right. Okay.
Well,
All right, so if nothing else, you're going to reskin the outside of the building on the sides, right?
it'll look better. I like the look better than what's there now.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's more fitting.
So I think,
Yeah,
Sharon?
there are, if I can interrupt, there are aspects of, if we want to review tonight and look at and approve, I mean, the building at, the siding and all that could be discussed, and, that's fine to proceed with. It's really the outdoor dining location,
right.
and the fact that it's going to be in the setback.
Well, that can all be discussed with you all and zoning and that kind of stuff, but right now, I think we're looking at, is an improvement, I think, to the existing property, existing what's there, and I think it's a positive move for Garrett Hill, too.
It looks very nice.
Yeah.
I can't speak as to whether it's allowed to be there without further
Right.
approvals or, a variance perhaps.
Okay.
Do we want to?
So we could discuss,
Right.
the board could freely, obviously, give their opinion and discuss all of that.
Sure.
And it could all be based contingent upon other board approvals that may or may not be required. So if we'd like to proceed that way.
Okay.
The design is in front of us.
Right.
Luciano's here.
Mhm.
So I think it's appropriate, we can have the discussion about how this board feels about it.
Right.
And that way he would, possibly not have to come back to this board.
Right, okay.
You may have to come back for signs and everything, but I think the idea for the facade change and
Correct.
the new use for that building, I think that's positive. How do you want to go?
Yes, well,
Just
why don't
do
we
the
start with,
colors?
yeah, why don't we start with
Alright,
the
let's
easy, which is the skinning of the building?
Got it.
I mean, and the colors are going to match your existing building.
Yeah, it'll be
restaurant.
identical, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that makes sense.
you're good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'll look good. It's kind of going to bring everything together.
Mhm.
I guess that's your parking lot then on the left too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's huge, huh?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's really good.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, there's,
I'm sorry, go ahead. Alicia.
yeah, yeah, there's, as far as the structure, the outdoor, there's a lot of questions around
Right,
the outdoor dining and the structure, the size, the square footage.
right.
It's approximately 16 by 25, maybe 15 by 27. I think it was Steve Norsini said we have to stay under 400 square feet. There's a lot of parameters that we have to meet, and we know that, and we'll meet them.
Right.
But yeah, there's,
So-
it's an ongoing process. But as far as the design, whether it's a couple feet shorter or longer, that's what we're looking at.
So the so-called deck that's existing, is it safe to say it's the porch? of the house?
Yeah, so the porch, it's hard to see this, but it's not the best. So where these planters are right here,
Yeah,
there's about, between the porch and the sidewalk, there's a good 3 feet of just dead space. So ideally, we would like to extend the porch. And just because it would look a little bit more, I think, appealing.
okay.
But yeah, then we would remove these planters and paint the deck, black. Well, actually, we would probably redo the deck. We'll just probably completely redo the deck and, with,
So the planter boxes, the 40 you have there, do you put those up or? was
yeah,
that-
they're just, we just put them up. Yeah,
Just
they're
for-
just temporarily for
Okay.
the spring.
Just
and
dress
stuff.
things up a little bit around there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think if it's exit 13 that is using the outdoor dining for that space,
Mhm.
probably want to put something up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we definitely, and obviously, we would have to come back for that, right? So we just don't know how to use that space yet.
Right.
We know we want to use outdoor dining, but we don't know how to use the building itself yet.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, right now, we're just using it for storage.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we can approve the color tonight. We're going
Yeah.
to approve the color tonight on the building.
Mhm.
And then as you go through the process of getting whatever permits you need for outdoor dining, you'll probably come back then, right? And I know that, for the planter boxes, if you go to DeBruno Brothers last season, they had planter boxes for their outdoor dining on wheels. Maybe that's how they.
Well, I know,
yeah.
the Board of Health doesn't like planter boxes because they
May
say
not like
the
them,
rats
but-
harbor underneath, but
I
they
know,
keep
but
showing up,
Yeah,
right?
DeBruno Brothers had them.
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
with
They
big
shouldn't
old
have them.
wheels under,
Yeah,
big
right.
wheels on, so maybe that makes them not permanent.
Yeah, okay.
Gotcha.
And I think one last question I have is, do you plan to put in any lighting?
Oh, yeah. So the structure itself is Structure X, the brand, and it's a very high-end pergola. And it does have built-in lighting underneath.
Oh, it
Within,
does.
and it also has, it's closable for sunlight. It can close it or open.
So evidently there's
If you see on top right here, we can allow sunlight. We can manually turn those, and we can allow sunlight in or out. And there's also light fixtures
Right.
underneath.
How are they going to be powered? Are you?
We'd have to run.
Electricity?
We would have to run electricity.
Bob, this is very similar to La Scala's fire.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So whether this has just a manual ability to go from a pergola to a solid roof, or if it has a rain sensor,
Right.
and it does it automatically. But
Yeah.
in the open position, it looks like a pergola.
Right.
Oh.
And Radnor
Yeah.
Hotel.
So
wants
we've
to do that
had
also.
this, this brand, and I don't know if it's the same brand, but very much the same unit has been installed, and actually had another call today from somebody else who's looking to do this as well.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think
And
they'll
they'll
be
be
less,
before the board.
I think without,
It's
floral thing that that the
Yes.
previous people were using, I think they'll have less concern about animals.
No, I understand, yeah, for sure. I guess a question about the setback on that?
Yeah,
Whether it's in
so,
violation or?
so that would all be, if the board is agrees and says that this design is okay with this board and gets its blessing, an application would be made. We would take a look at it as to whether it needs a grading permit, whether it needs any zoning relief, or is it within the zoning allowances, and then obviously we check building code, which really is probably the easiest part of all this, which is just a building permit and an electrical permit.
How do you want to go?
Is there a possibility, if you can't use the existing deck, just put basically like a patio out there without the deck? Does that give you ample room to put outside dining with that pergola type over?
Well, they could just put pavers on the
Pavers,
ground,
yeah.
and then they
Yeah,
could still
to
have the
give some
pergola.
clarity on that.
I think that's up to the health.
If it's a
and-
ground surface, it's looked at differently under the setback requirements versus a deck surface.
Okay,
But again, we'd have to also look into the pergola itself.
right.
If it can
Okay.
be there
Right.
versus an open-air patio.
Mhm.
You need a pergola.
Again, I think it would be fine for this board to give its comments and base everything on acquiring the other approvals needed.
Okay, so,
Fine design-wise.
so we're good with the color scheme on the building itself. The deck's a question mark. I mean, it's there, so we can't do much about that right now, but,
Yeah, the current deck is in really bad shape.
Okay.
It's a hazard. So yeah,
So it'd have to
it
be
has to be replaced. Whether we expand it or not, we're definitely going to replace it. So.
okay. All right, so the option also is to put pavers or
Yeah.
cement
okay,
or whatever
and then,
with the pergola in it. We're in agreement that that's a good look and, okay. And you're saying, what did you say, 16 chairs?
Yeah, we're allowed 16 chairs, I believe.
Like
Yeah.
four tables or so?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work for 4 tables.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, that's a starting point, and, yeah, it's going to be a process, and
Yeah.
you've been
Yeah.
through it, so you know.
Yeah.
Kevin also marked down about this 10-foot wide screen buffer. That needs to go what, on the,
That would go on the Summit Terrace side. So
Okay.
there is a requirement for a planted buffer. And the wording for it is continuous. So when you look at that, obviously, the road frontage
Yeah.
would not come into play, so we have a driveway opening into the parking lot. So the question that needs clarification from Kevin is, are we talking just Summit Terrace side, or would we actually have to turn, though Luciano is the property owner in the back, you know? The adjoining property in the rear is his property. So I think, my suggestion would be to, after this meeting, call Kevin tomorrow, have a sit-down meeting so we can, take a look at all this and see what really applies or may not apply.
Andy, just for clarification, I mean, they've been doing the outside dining in Wayne for a while. I know it was a hot topic in Garrett Hill, so evidently it's gone through now?
Correct.
Okay. Is there any restrictions different than what Wayne has as far as
I
hours of
honestly, I
operation?
couldn't describe the description, the differences off the top of my head.
Okay.
But, with every application, it goes through the review process and, engineering, zoning, and codes. So we'll take a look at it in all the ways that we have to. And I think really what would make Luciano have to come back is, signage,
Right.
any wording, or if the plan alters in any significant way.
Okay.
If it was allowed to proceed as presented, I wouldn't see a need to come back. If you guys are in approval,
We'll still have to come back to sign.
approve it.
Yeah, I mean, I like what is presented.
I do too.
Yeah. But I'm a little confused, so you're showing more of the outside dining actually being on on a patio, not so much on the deck. But your wishes are to have it on a deck or extended deck.
No, so the deck itself, it's just something that, the deck has to be replaced.
Right.
So we might as well extend it. We're just thinking, so, if we're gonna replace it, we might as well do it, bigger and better. And then the usage, though, for the outdoor dining would be strictly where you see it right now. So, and it'd probably be on a concrete slab
Okay.
because it's just cleaner.
The improvements to the front porch are, one, a necessity, because
Yeah.
it's in poor condition.
Yeah.
And two, aesthetically, if he's going to be doing the work.
Right.
He wants to make it, a little bit better, a little
Yeah.
bit nicer, maybe make it a little bigger.
That makes sense.
But again, all of that would be accounted for in our review.
Right.
But the outdoor downing, is the way I see it, is strictly taking place under the pergola.
Gotcha. Okay. So usually, when people come in also for outside dining, they'll bring a cut sheet of the different type of tables and chairs and stuff.
Understood,
So for
okay.
proceeds, we'll ask you to come back to show us the type of chairs and stuff like that.
Okay.
Naturally, we don't want like little flimsy folding chairs that are gonna blow away in a
Yeah,
storm or
no,
something
we're not
like
doing
that.
that,
So
yeah.
we'd ask you to come in and show us exactly what you're
And
gonna.
I have
do.
no problem doing that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so hopefully you'll get that far. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. What else, guys?
That's it.
I like it. I think it's, is there anybody right now in Garrett Hill doing outside dining? Are you going to be the first?
I don't think so.
Okay, breaking new ground, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And Sharon, any other comments? That's your turf, right?
Looks good.
It looks good?
Yeah,
All
looks
right.
good.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah, I think, I'm actually glad, I'm rather glad that you guys will be able to clear some of the, stuff that was kind of
Yeah.
in view and
Yeah.
wasn't really fitting. So, yeah, I'm glad that you guys are making this improvement.
Yeah, good. All right, well, good luck with the project, and I guess, Jane, it's your turn. We'll have you make, any further comment from you?
No.
You're good?
So
No,
we're
we're good.
moving for approval on the color and
The design.
the design concept?
Yeah, but we'd ask them to
there's
come
some
back
others,
with
okay.
furniture,
All right.
any other lighting and stuff, and
All right.
signs.
For DRB 2024-30, 912 Conestoga Road for color change to the facade, and we move to approve the concept, or
Yeah,
The design concept, yeah.
for the concept for the outdoor dining and then the repair and extension of the deck. If that cannot be done, for pavers or concrete, and for the pergola, and the buffer screening on the summit side needs some clarification so it meets codes, and the applicant will come back for signage and for the outdoor dining furniture.
good. All right, we're a second?
Second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. All right, Luciani, other comments or questions for us?
No.
You're good?
Thanks.
Okay, great. Thanks, man. Good luck with the project. Yeah.
I should have said concept, I should have said for the
No, that's good. That was real good. All right. All right, next on our agenda tonight is DRB 2024-31, the application of 104 and 108 North Wayne Avenue. It's a renovation to a former barber shop to match Christopher's Restaurant. Welcome, gentlemen. How you doing? Good, hi.
Good evening.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Thank you.
and I've got
So
the
we got
big
some
version.
updates, huh?
I've got the big version.
Thank you. The restaurant's there. They're just taking over the little barber shop that was there. Okay, gentlemen.
All right, good evening. Hi, my name's Brett Harmon. This is my partner, Jeremy Lecomte. We're from HDO Architects, representing Christopher's on this project.
Okay, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Christopher wants to do a little expansion, it looks like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good.
Very little.
Yeah.
So overall, the barber shop at the corner of that run, we are looking to bring that roof up to match the main Christopher's existing restaurant, the cornice line, the roof line, and then add some windows above the existing door and window assembly on the front facade. And then on the side facade in the alley, by raising the roof, we are also proposing a small, 2 windows, basically a clear story, to give us some light in the dining room.
It looks good. Looks
That
like it's
looks
going to
good.
blend right in there.
That looks
Yeah.
good.
I guess that was Chris's objective, right? Not to change things up, just kind of keep the same look. And,
Mhm.
yeah,
Like it.
okay.
It's not black and it's not white.
Yeah. What do you think, Sharon? You good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the
The
transition.
only thing I thought is the railing to the door that looks like a cage. What,
Yes.
was there a specific reason you chose, it's not a good word to use, a cage look? Yeah, wire mesh panel, that's better.
And it's black.
Yeah, I mean, there's a ramp there,
Oh, okay.
a handicap ramp.
So you don't wanna lose
The
any.
barber had, railings, so nobody
know.
takes a dive off the ramp. So you guys are just putting a new railing in.
Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
all right.
Yeah, there's a ramp on one side and then stairs on the other.
Is it safe to say on the cut sheet, number 3 is pretty much what you're going to go with?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the mesh? Yes.
Right.
Okay, I like that.
Nice.
Oh, that looks good.
Now I
And,
know why.
Is the old barber shop gonna be part of the restaurant?
Yes,
Oh.
yes. There's a masonry wall in between the two now, and we're proposing to cut a large masonry opening to connect the dining rooms.
Right.
I think it'll give him, I forget exactly, but maybe another 10, 12 tables or so.
Yeah.
Oh.
And,
It looks nice.
That's- Mike?
Looks nice.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I see you have a little gooseneck light over the door.
yeah, those are basically existing over the main entry of Christopher's, if you see. There's 3 there already. So we're basically going to utilize the same, very similar fixture.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Good.
Christopher actually found the same.
I'm sorry? I'm sorry, into the mic, please.
Christopher actually found the same fixture. It's noted in the package, so we're
Oh,
going to
okay,
buy
good.
the exact same and match the existing.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like, is that the only lighting then you'll add, is just that?
That's the only new lighting, yes.
Yeah, only new lighting, okay. All right. And I'm seeing no reason, Chris, probably at this time, is not going to do anything with signage. He's already got a real nice sign on his building, so.
Yeah, the intent is to maintain the existing main entrance.
Yeah.
This will be a secondary entrance.
Sure. Okay.
So we're not proposing anything at this time.
Yeah, it's a nice, clean application. I don't
Oh.
see anything glaring.
Just to point one thing out, we are
Yes.
proposing a material change above the existing storefront glass
Oh.
in the 104
Mhm.
portion. You'll see that panel above. Right now, that's lap siding,
Okay.
which doesn't seem to jive with the rest of the context. So we're just going to replace that with a PVC panel, an AZAC panel, and trim that would be painted to match the rest of the woodwork that's on the existing
Okay,
portion of the
good.
building.
So it'll blend right in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about freezing? Yeah.
Although,
Yes.
Christopher, in a discussion today, when he was looking at that, was suggesting that maybe we take that particular window up to its head, rather than having that, what would you call that? Yeah, the infill panel.
Wait, I'm sorry, I kind of lost you.
Okay, so
Making the main.
The existing window that's in place is
Yeah.
Oh,
not
I
the
see.
full height
Okay,
of the
gotcha.
original opening. At some point, somebody
I
infilled the
got you.
portion.
Yeah.
So as an alternative, we could replace it with a full-height
Yeah.
storefront.
Right, instead of the panel. He was looking to bring more light into the
Gotcha.
dining room.
I don't think that's,
That's not a problem.
No, that's
They
not-
want
And
to
we
do
could
that.
we could revise that particular
Yeah.
drawing and send that to you.
that's no sweat.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we want to approve this design and then have them come back?
No, if they change a window, no.
Yeah. We already heard it, and we already
We'll
sort
give
of
them a
liked it, so.
blessing and, yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell us about on this project? I think it's pretty cut and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I know that the door's pretty shot on that building, so I guess you'll have a new entry door and,
Yeah, correct.
yeah.
Well, he's actually proposing to maintain that existing door.
Oh,
So,
this one.
Christopher's, yeah, he's maintaining that existing door. So, I mean, we could paint it to match the other off-white color on the rest of the project,
Okay.
but there's no plan to replace it at the moment.
I was talking to Chris, he told me if he's going to change it, it's going to be the same style.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a good friend of Pat who was in there, so I was
Okay.
in and out of that shop a million times, and
Gotcha.
that door's pretty bad. So, yeah, I think it's probably seen its better days, so we'll see. It's up to Chris, so.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what he said, it'll be in kind, so I guess if, same style.
If needed.
We do have 2 openings on the side alley, if you see. The side alley here. One, there's an air conditioning
Yeah.
from Pat's
We know
that's
where-
sticking out, and that was actually an older, large window opening. And then a little further down the alley, there's another window. You could probably see it here. It's basically boarded up and painted. So we
Right.
were just looking at that, and we figured you'd be interested in how we were going to deal with that. How would you guys like to see us handle that, those 2 openings? Would you want us to keep it,
Re-brick it.
put new brick in?
If you don't need the window, I think you should re-brick it.
Would you want to see a brick to match existing?
If you could,
If you could, but it is an alley.
yeah, I would say as close
It's
as
a
you can,
dead-end
right?
alley, too, right?
Yeah, it is a dead end.
Yeah. I would say re-brick it unless Chris wants to get a little more light in and put 2 windows in there. I'd probably let you guys make the call on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
We were more interested to,
Yeah.
if we were going to infill it,
No, I'd
what
say
would be appropriate for
be a
the
free
board.
hand, I think, on that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll find out
Right.
when you get into the building what you need
Sure.
to do.
Yeah. No, because it's an alley, Andy, there's no specifics on that, right?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something right now in the alley? No?
Dead end.
No,
It's just vacant?
yeah.
Dead end.
discussion with Chris I had about relocating the gas service.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be strictly up to PICO and
Yeah.
will allow it to be.
I think he's realized that's cost prohibitive since then, so it'll probably stay where it is.
All right.
All right.
Anything else, guys? We're good?
That's it.
You're good?
No,
Sharon,
that's
you're
good.
good? I'm trying to think is it your turn? Might be. Just, any other comments or questions for the boards? You guys are good?
We're good.
Okay, we're going to make a motion for approval.
Thank you.
Do you want this back?
In the matter of DRB 2024-31, located at 104 and 108 North Wayne Avenue, I move to approve consolidating 104 and 108 North Wayne Avenue to expand the existing use of by Christopher's. So the roof will be raised and then rebuilt to the same height as Christopher's, which is at 108 North Wayne Avenue. And also, the board moves to approve an alternative where the windows, the main window at 104 North Wayne Avenue will be made higher than the current height to match the design. Yep.
Okay. All right, do we have a second?
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
You too.
Do you need your drawing back? Do you want the drawings?
Thank you.
I got the big one. You don't want the big one? All right.
That's the one you just gave us. You can use them, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Last application of the night, DRB 2024-32. The application of Ascent Garanti, I'm sorry if I butchered that.
Essent, yep.
Okay, at 100 Matson Ford Road, building number 2, for patio, landscaping, furniture, lighting, et cetera.
Thank you.
So welcome.
Thank you very much. Is that coming through okay? So I'm Patrick Stewart. I'm a landscape architect, and I have Kayla McKay with me, my associate tonight, who helped prepare the plans. The project is located at 100 Matson Ford Road. It's in the Radnor Financial Corporate Park. This is in front of Building 2, and our client is Essent Guarantee. They just completed a major interior renovation of their space. They relocated for a short period of time. Now they're back into their space. And part of getting people back into the office, they really wanted to create a nice outdoor amenity space for their employees. To go outside, have meetings outside. We have, you'll see in the design, we have power stations for laptops and working outside. Inside the building, adjacent to this patio, is a large cafeteria space with, I don't know, I want to guess 50-plus seating area in there. So there's a large area for inside for taking lunch. This space is really a multi-purpose space out here. It's going to be comprised of a flagstone thermal patio. There's some low walls that will wrap the patio. We have some landscaping that we've introduced into the patio. And a big part of the design was to save, there's some mature Armstrong red maples that flank this patio. So we've met with arborists and gone through the Shade Tree Commission and really come up with a plan on how to save these trees. We have full landscape plans. We have over 2,000 grasses and perennials going in here, understory native trees, shrubs. We have a whole furniture package that we can present and show to you tonight. I've never been before this board, so I'm not sure how how detailed you want us to get here, but so that's essentially we have some images.
Yeah, why don't you kind of walk us through a little bit?
Yeah.
And,
We have some images of what the space looks like today. I think this center image here on the bottom really conveys what's out there today. It's quite a nice shady area. It's all turf grass, and then you see the trunks of the red maples that I mentioned. So it really is going to be quite a nice space to be outside. You know, even during the day, when it's a hot day, there's a lot of shade from these trees that are there.
all right, we go to the landscape.
I already looked at it.
Okay.
I looked at the landscaping, the planting plan, rather.
What do you think? Looks good?
It's extensive. I made some notes. I can give them to you for you to can have my opinion of the plants, because I think you've got a lot of diverse plants there, but you are working, it's like you have full sun plants, the grasses, and then you've got shade plants. And I'm wondering if you considered a long-term landscape maintenance here, because when you put in complicated plantings.
Yes.
And mostly they're taken care of by people that are not gardeners.
Yeah, we've had
So I
that
wanna
discussion.
consider that.
Yeah.
So
Yes, we've had that discussion, and there's a maintenance contractor that does the turf maintenance and other things of the park. We've expressed to our client that it's more of a boutique gardener type company that would need to come in here to do the maintenance on the perennials, deadheading, cutting them back at certain times of the season, fertilization.
It's just that's the property owner's issue, but the fact that you're doing landscaping is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's just that I saw that there was a lot of shade plants and full sun plants planted right in together. And
Yeah.
And you know there's trees there. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just give you my list.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'll give it to him. He doesn't need to.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
You're just your
It's his-
comments.
It's his
Okay.
planting, you know.
All right, okay. All right.
Yeah, and
They're doing planting, which is good.
under the canopy there is a lot of shade. When you get down to the bottom of the patio here, we get a lot of full sun, so it's kind of unique. I mean, we usually don't get to do shade plantings and full sun plantings in the same kind of design, so.
Okay. Sharon, any comments on the landscaping? Looks good. Okay, all right.
No, it's great that they're doing outdoor
Right. Yeah, I
at
think
this
it's a
location. I
neat
think it's a
idea.
great idea.
Yeah, it's a great idea, yeah.
I think it's well done, and they've taken care of this to set it close to the dining area, which is
Sure.
going to
Yeah.
encourage even more
Mhm.
people to go outside.
The, is it going to be extensive lighting, or I guess most of the usage would be during the day, right?
It's, we're going to have LED lighting underneath the wall cap to accentuate the stone walls, so it's going to be very low, subtle lighting.
Okay,
We're going to uplight a few of the specimen trees that are going to remain.
right.
And then we have some pathway lighting between the patio space and the building facade that are about 18 inches high.
Okay.
Their intention is to mainly use this during working hours, but there may be a cocktail hour event occasionally throughout the year. So,
All right, good. And the type of furniture, did you bring?
Sure.
Some cuts?
So for the furniture, we used a couple of vendors. The furniture is outdoor rated and wet rated specific, so it is expected that it can remain outside throughout the season. We have still had conversations with the client about whether they want to remove it to bring it inside and like store it in some of the off season or put covers on it. The owner of Essent has a personal assistant who will be looking over the patio specifically in that term. So that is an ongoing conversation, but we took into consideration the colors and materials with that in mind. So I'm just gonna go right to the furniture itself. If you're not familiar, Harbor Outdoor is a very popular outdoor furniture company. They do a range of high-end type stuff and some more public space stuff. Our client expressed that most importantly, she would like the furniture to be bulky and comfortable for the demographic that works at Essent. So with all of that in mind, we did a few different styles in dining chairs. So you have the Hamilton dining chair as well as the Victoria dining chair. We chose the armless option, which you can see here. And the overall color palette is relatively neutral with some blacks, grays, and warm gray and beige as well. The client really wanted to keep it simple and not really use any like pops of color that would catch the eye of random people walking throughout the office park or complex. They really wanted it to look like it was purposeful and belong to the company itself. So additionally, the colors and styles that you see in this furniture is complementary to the furniture that is directly adjacent to the patio in the new cafe space. So we worked with the interior architects as well. So I would say, sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I also just wanted to point out the table options that are at the bottom. So we have a large round dining table, a smaller two-top table, and then a Pacific extension dining table. This one, I would say, was the one we talked about the most. The client expressed that it would be really cool to be able to step out and take a conference or a meeting outside. In particular, she said 8, 10, or more people. So with this table in particular, it gave us the opportunity for them to extend the ends. It was a simple, like the top just pops out and pops in. So it's super easy to use, but it's also highly durable. And a few more furniture details starting on the right. We supplied them with some coffee tables or some side tables. Might seem somewhat silly, but I know the importance of a side table is maybe if you bring your mouse out for your computer, just having something that's a little bit more lightweight to move around and get comfortable, but still this black table as well as this coffee table and the one you saw before is black concrete, so it is relatively heavy, as well as this one is concrete. And then I would say this is our most comfortable lounge chair that the client was especially ecstatic about. And then some extra little add-on features. We wanted to provide them with some planters for seasonal plantings. This is something they already have programmed in the interior. They have planters throughout the office space as well as the entryway. They have a company that is already contracted to do those plantings, and they said they would be interested in engaging them to see if they would want to take on some of these outdoor planters as well. But if not, we would suggest some other companies that they could do that with.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, just providing them with an outdoor trash can as well.
There you
And then we can skip over to review the lighting fixtures quickly while we're here. Here's a little photometric plan at the bottom just to give you an idea of the low levels for lighting. Of course, it doesn't take into consideration the lighting that will spill out from the inside dining space. But underneath the wall cap, we're doing a recessed LED strip light. We have our power pedestals, that's back with the furniture. We have some small tree uplights, and then this is our 18-inch tall path light as well. We're going with a bronze color on the lighting fixtures to complement the warm tones in the furniture. And that would wrap up the furniture.
Quick question for Andy. We're not going to look at this as an outside dining application then?
No, I think the only thing we're waiting for is the approval of the grading permit.
That's correct.
Okay.
All right,
And engineering department, I think, is reviewing that now.
okay. So I know there's parameters, and with outside dining, we'd have to take their furniture in after the season. You don't think those fall under that umbrella?
This is falling under that.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, so kind of more of a park setting, like you said, I guess, or? Yeah, okay.
Like a co-working space.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Any specific questions about the lighting or furniture I can answer?
I think it looks pretty neat. Yeah.
Thank you.
Any comments or questions for the board?
I don't think so.
You guys are good? All right. Want to finish it up tonight?
For DRB 2024-32 for Essence Guarantee, 100 Matson Ford Road, Building Number 2, for an outside co-working patio with tables and chairs, and new landscaping around it, and patio pots. I move for approval.
Here a second?
Seconded.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
That's
for
it.
your time tonight.
Nice-
Thank you.
Nice clean application, thanks. Yeah, you bet.
Gardeners always have ideas about plants, don't they? But you don't have to do it. You plant your own plants.
Okay,
Okay.
all right, are we good? I see somebody in the audience. You're good? Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, gotcha, all right, okay. All right, so is there
Here, we
any-
thought we had our audience
Yeah,
participation.
really, that's what I was hoping for,
Concerned
yeah. So is any other business for our board tonight?
I don't think so.
All right, make a motion for dismissal?
Can we do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
On behalf of the Design Review Board, I move to adjourn.
Beautiful. We'll
I
See you
second.
next month, thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Aye.
This was a long one.
Really long.
I know. Not our all-time record.
No,
So
no.
I think we got it in and out, and, we were out by like 6:30.